This is Image Comics Saga, which is written by Brian K. Vaughan, and the artwork is by Fiona Staples.
What do you think of it as an actual subversion of Romeo and Juliet's story? Because they do a lot of things that Romeo and Juliet don't do, which is they don't die after like shagging once. They have a child, which is the opening to the book, and rather than trying to unite their two towns or anything, they literally don't give a shit if they fight each other or anything. They just want to leave and raise their child.
I think it's quite good. I like the fact that it's not sort of... They don't attempt to make it this epic love story. It's literally, there's me, there's you, there's the kid, let's get the hell out of here and run for the hills.
Yeah.
They're
not idealistic about it.
No, not at all. They know that what they've done is going to get them in shit. They know they're being hunted, so they're just going to run and hide and stay safe. That's their priority, which I like. It's not sort of too... We can change the world together.
Yeah.
All I need is you. The whole thing is we need to escape and we need to move as quickly as possible. But it's quite nice as well because it also then focuses on the people who are chasing them.
Yes.
So it's not sort of too one-dimensional. I think if it had have all been just them trying to escape, you'd have got a bit bored. Whereas because you then have sort of the various people who are hunting them, all for different reasons. Some because they're being forced to hunt them. Some because they need to...
I think Brian K. Vaughan said that it was created to be unfilmable. And I think you can definitely see that in the work.
Yeah, I
it's
can't
like
imagine that.
The stalk seems completely unfilmable. The host of Sextillion, which are literally heads with legs, seem entirely unfilmable to me. I mean, nowadays you can do anything, but I can't... I think that's something that can only work on the page.
Yeah, there's certain aspects which you couldn't really bring to life.
The first page, I think, definitely tells you that we're in for something quite different.
Yep.
The first few words are, am I shitting? It feels like I'm shitting.
Yeah, it definitely starts as it means to go on.
It's definitely sort of the batshit crazy of Image Comics, which is brilliant. It does feel like everyone's had quite an amazing time drawing it and writing it.
Yeah.
Which is
it
completely...
throws you straight in. It's not this whole David Copperfield, oh, I was born here, and every story is sort of told through the perspective of the child.
She's recounting her past.
She's recounting her past. She's recounting how she's born. So throughout all the panels, although you have sort of the talking, you also have sort of writing over the top. It doesn't attempt to be sort of any other type of artwork. It looks sort of completely different.
It's almost a downside, isn't it? You couldn't imagine anyone else drawing Saga.
No,
it's very much the Fiona Staples show.
Yeah, it just looks exactly how you think it should look.
The weird thing is that when I first started reading it, I thought the artwork doesn't feel right for the tone. And then you get further and further in, and it's like, I couldn't imagine any other artwork for this tone.
Yeah, because it's not... Although it's sort of... There are some darker aspects. It is not dark. It's funny.
The darkness is handled with humour, which is brilliant.
It is
There's literally a character who is cut in half and her entrails are hanging out. And it's just drawn in, like, cutesy teenager fashion.
Yeah.
It's
she's
brilliant.
Floating around and she's bright pink.
Yeah.
And it's completely the opposite of what you expect, but it's perfect.
Sorry, I was having a random flick through it.
He was just looking at it like, it's so pretty.
It's almost bright and shiny.
It is. It's just very colourful, and the use of colour is really nice. If there is meant to be a dark tone to it, then...
Yeah, there's a sequence in the woods where it's meant to be pitch black. They just use blues, and it completely captures the nighttime elements of it.
I think sometimes with some graphic novels you can find that they look very muddy, as if, it needs to be a sad bit now, so the atmosphere goes all dark, whereas with this it doesn't. It's all very clean and looks sort of shiny.
I always forget, in between waiting for different issues, that how pretty the book is. It's not under any of the big two houses, that they handle nudity and gore really well.
Yeah. There's no attempt to hide anything. Yeah. There is some darker elements to it, but it doesn't shy away from that. It doesn't sort of pretend that it doesn't happen or attempt to act like it's okay. The language is very natural. Sometimes I think with comics, because of the way the panels are, conversations can feel quite forced. They don't sound lifelike, whereas with this, it does. They're quite short conversations. There's bitchy comments, which you've got to love a bitchy comment in the comics. There's characters that are just beyond bizarre.
They're not like bad bizarre. They're like so fun bizarre, because you're sort of, you know that it's weird, you're expecting weird, and when you get weird, you're not disappointed.
Yeah, you know what's coming. So would you read the next one?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd read the rest of them.
Yeah, I agree. As long as it sort of maintains this standard, I would.
This is a very high standard. I think it's definitely one of my favourite comics.
it's definitely one that I would go back and reread. I think that's the thing with comics, is sometimes I wouldn't necessarily...
You read them once, put them down.
Go back to them, yeah. Whereas with Saga, I would definitely. I would go back and sort of...
It's one of those things where you pick up something new every time.
Yeah, every time I read it, I forget. And also, I forget how funny it is.
Yeah.
I forget that it's quite... Because you focus on the weird, but you forget, actually, there's quite a lot of joy in there as well.
And please like and subscribe this video if you'd like to see more. We are uploading videos throughout the weekday and possibly at the weekends as well. And please tune in again tomorrow for another video.